How's it going, people? It's me, Profection. I'm here for a video that, to be honest with you guys, let me put it to you this way. Over the last month or so, since I've done the last video, I can't really think of any more videos to do, to be honest with you, which is a good thing. I'm not really a blogger. It's not really my style. I like to come on here and say things that I believe would help you or benefit you in life. Whereas some people have this kind of vibe and this kind of good energy and natural energy, and it's just about being around them. So you don't really tune into their videos to listen to anything they're saying, but more or less just to get that kind of vibe from them. Whereas with me, it's important for me that I'm getting out a message, something that will help you. Not to say one is better than the other, because like I said in the previous video, there is no greater good. Good is good. A perfect example of that is that I've been watching a lot of motivational black speakers in America, and what I've come to find is, for some reason, once they've made it big, they all seem to attack each other. Good is good. There is no greater good. So it was quite. It's disappointing. I think it's a bit disappointing when I see things like that. When I see someone that's doing very good for their community, and then they come into contact with somebody else that's doing very good for their community, and then for some reason, because of some sort of ego or whatever it is, they start attacking each other, which defeats the whole object, really. Leaders putting each other down. Really, they should be working together with each other. But where was I going with this in the first place? Right. So yeah, I'm not against bloggers. I think the whole blogging thing is brilliant. Do what you do best, really. I think that's the moral of the story. Do what you do best. But with me, I've kind of run out of ideas. So, you know, I'm fishing for ideas here. But guess what? It's the 1 year anniversary today. So yeah, it's this video is about self-reflecting on that, really. It's been a journey. It has been a journey. I threw myself in the deep end. But I do truly believe that I've given my all in regards to videos and my points and, you know, the pros and the cons of each situation. I've never done a video where I'm too right winged or too left winged. I've just said it to you. I've just been as honest regarding my circumstances, my outlook on life, and how I've seen things from my point of view. I've been as honest from my point of view. And I've talked about a lot of things. I've talked about things like mental health. I didn't want to delve too much deep into that, and again, you'd have to watch the mental health video to understand that. But I definitely made sure that was one of the first things that I talked about, and I put that on the front of my page so that people realized how important mental health is. I think especially within the black community, because people are still walking around telling people to man up and be a man and all that kind of stuff, and you know, we're not living in the Stone Ages now. We're living in an age where that whole be a man thing just doesn't work anymore. It's not working. It's not working, to be honest with you. Now we need to be a little bit more like the Italians. We need to embrace each other. Look, a few more hugs. Come here, son, and embrace your son and hug him, and or come here, you're my bro, and you know, we need a little bit more embracing of one another, rather than this whole be a man. And there's many black people in our communities with mental health issues, and let's face it, other people too, because it's not just black people that can be quite harsh in their kids. There's I've come across with a lot of Cockney men that their whole attitude is just, you know, grow a pair of balls and, you know, get over it. My dad, one time, he fell down a flight of stairs and broke his leg, and he still went to work the next day and all of this kind of stuff. So there's a lot of that kind of macho mentality. So, but I've tackled the whole mental health, been as honest as I can with it. The MGTOWs, I'm still a heavily firm supporter. I was speaking to a woman yesterday, and I was saying to her, I'm MGTOW, which I'll be honest with you now, I don't think I am, to be honest with you. I think she was right. A very intelligent woman as well. I love talking to her. She's really intelligent. She gives me jokes, basically. She really does. We kind of go back and forward at each other, kind of thing. But I've known her for a while. And I said I was MGTOW, and then I said to her, and now I'm a firm supporter of feminism. And then she goes, well, that's funny, because actually says it's the total opposite to feminism. So how does that work? And then I had to check out the whole. I typed MGTOW into Google, and it comes back as in the opposite of feminism, which I didn't know. So I had to let her know that no, that's not my stance on things. I'm a firm believer of MGTOW because I think men out there have become subservient, have become cuckold simps in regards to today's westernized women. I believe it 100%, and I stand by it. But I don't see the problem with women leading me in a job and this or that. If she's capable of leading, then yeah, she can be my manager. If she wants to be in a building site lifting up heavy material, then she can be on the building site lifting up heavy material. Just as long as she isn't, you're only as strong as your weakest link. Just as long as she isn't slowing us down. There are some women out there, believe it or not, and they don't need to take testosterone pills and overdose on creatine and protein and steroids and all those kind of things. There are some women out there that are just as strong as men. They are. They're just dead, So provided they can fit into that role, then why not? If a woman wants to be a leader or construction worker or mechanic or whatever it is they want to be, so be it. But what it is that women want to do these things, but then at the same time expect men to open the door for them, expect men to pay for meals and things like that. So they want everything. They want all of the perks. They want every single perk. And in the meantime, they're putting guys down and looking down on guys because they know that some punk, men are like buses. There's one every 5 minutes. So when they come across a guy that says, "Wait a minute here, why would I do something like that? Why would I? What am I getting out of it?" And then the woman will say, "Well, hopes of my VV. How about that?" And no, because you don't. Who even talks that way? Who even has that kind of masculine testosterone in their voice? And no, mate, how about you being a decent person? How about us being 50-50? How about us being friends first? How about you not being so malicious? How about you not piss testing me? How about you not trying to huck me? How about all of these kind of things? How about you respect the fact that I was raised properly and I want to have a bit of, I have respect for you and I want the best for you. How about you not throwing it in my face and calling me some sort of punk for it? So, I stand by the MGTOW, but I'm also a big supporter of feminism. But what I've come to realize is I'm starting to believe when they say, well, Luke, what you're saying is in a perfect world, women should have these things, but we're not living in a perfect world. There are kind of chemical reactions. There are kind of women are built in a certain way where what you're describing is more fantasy than reality. It's not going to happen because they're strictly not built that way. You have to have a certain code of ethics when dealing with women, and it isn't a case of 50-50 in fairness because they won't respect that. You have to be what you were brought into this world to be, which is the alpha male. If you look in the animal kingdom, at certain times they don't give a damn about their own the females in the what do you call it now? There's a group. What's the better word for group? The females in the, not squad, group. You know what I'm talking about. Certain times they just take, and women have to be subservient to them and things like that. And it sounds harsh, but I'm slowly starting to realize that because even over the past year or so, I've been talking to certain women. It seems that I don't think they want equality. Deep down inside, psychologically, they don't want it because when it's given to them, they tend to become disrespectful and rude and all those kind of things. But I don't want to spend too much time on the MGTOW, guys. I want to move past that. Let's look